Can I talk about who the big five publishers are and how they got that way? My name is Gina. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. The how they got that way is really easy. It's money. It is based on sales, the size of the companies. These are companies that have been around for a really, really long time, and they have merged and acquired other companies underneath them, and they have just gone around like gobbling up all of these other smaller publishers, and they became big publishers. The big five, if I can do them, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get them in order, but it is Penguin Random House, Simon and Schuster, HarperCollins, Macmillan, and Hachette. Those are the big five publishers. I don't think they go in that order. I believe that it is Penguin Random House and then HarperCollins are in the 1, 2 spot, but those are the five of them. And if you've only been around the publishing space for a very little while, you probably recognize all of those names. And if you are an American, you might be like, well, what about Scholastic? In America, Scholastic is actually a pretty good size number 6, but they are not international the same way that these other five are. And so they are not one of the big five. These are huge multi-billion-dollar international corporations, but they are not the only publishers out there. Yes, they publish a lot of books. They have bigger budgets for advances, they have bigger budgets for marketing, they have bigger reach for distribution, but they are not the only publishers. There are lots and lots and lots of what we might consider mid-sized presses that still pay out very big advances, pay out royalties, have good distribution, and there are just, hundreds of these mid-sized presses all over the country and all over the world. Many of those mid-sized presses are academic or university presses, but they will publish things that are not written by professors. So those are not off limits. They do still require a literary agent many times, but not always. The big five publishers almost always require a literary agent for you to be able to access them. There are a couple of exceptions, particularly at Harlequin, which is owned by HarperCollins, and within the Tor space at Macmillan, they will sometimes open up to unagented submissions. But having an agent is more than just getting through that door. An agent does a lot of other things for you. And really, if you're looking at two possible publishers within the big five, and they are pretty separate from one another, so it's unlikely that you're going to be able to query both of those. Your chance of being able to query anybody at a big five is pretty limited to having a literary agent at your side. But again, they are very much not the end all be all of publishing, and you should not think of them as your only option to having a successful book. There are bestsellers, books turned into movies that are published outside of the big five all of the time. Not that those are even markers of success within the publishing industry, but there are definitely people who have successful careers that support themselves and their families without having a big five publishing contract. It's just kind of a cool piece of trivia to know.